What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can see, we have a really bright, bold, rainbow styled eye, of course, a little wonky lash a little bit, and of course a neutral lip with some glowing skin and very intense cheekbones. That's because we're going to be playing with something that is very much a throwback to my childhood, to much everybody's childhood, and this show is still going on, still going strong, still on Nickelodeon, and it's still just as amazing as it always has been. And this is from a brand that I'm trying for the first time ever. It's by Hipdot, and that is the Spongebob Hipdot collection. Now, of course, there is also sheet masks and a lip gloss set, but I got the Sandy Cheeks bronzer and blush duo, and I got the eyeshadow palette. So of course I'm giving you guys the real tea on these products, what I think of them and everything like that, and how they performed, and also how I got this really fun look using this collection. So of course, if you'd like to see how I got all of that and what have you, then keep on watching. Okay, so now it is time to go in with some eye base first. Of course, before we go in with this eye look, I'm going to go in with the Anastasia eye base, which of course is still my favorite eye primer right now. It just works perfectly for me, lays down color perfectly, and gets it ready for intense application. Okay, so now today, for this eye look, I am so excited about playing with this palette. I literally just got it in the mail today. It literally launched on a Wednesday, literally 2 days ago, and it's already here. Like, that is some amazing shipping, so kudos to Hipdot for doing that. I purchased this one on Wednesday, came right in this morning, and now it is time to film this video. So we're going to be playing with the Hipdot X Spongebob Squarepants Bikini Bottom Eyeshadow Palette. The outside packaging is so adorable. You of course have SpongeBob and Patrick playing around. You open this up, and you're going to get 15 beautiful bright shadows. And also another great thing too is it does have like this little vanity kind of thing right here where you can, like, you know, use it as a little vanity. But honestly, the colors in here, the packaging is so cute, and of course you don't forget Gary on the back as well. But honestly, everything about this packaging and this palette is really bringing me back to my childhood, because of course I love SpongeBob. I mean, who doesn't love SpongeBob? And there's just everything about this palette is just so adorable, and I'm just obsessed with it. To get started in the inner corner, I'm actually going to go in with like an ombre of like 3 different colors just to see what happens. You never know. It might be cute, it might not be, we'll see. I'm going to go in with the shade right on top, which is called Best Shade Ever, and this one is of course a bright yellow shade, of course, like SpongeBob. I'm going to take it on a Morphe M514 brush and focusing this mostly on the inner portion of the eye to just kind of start this blend going. I am going to go in with the shade Imagination right here in the middle. This one, of course, kind of looks like it's going to be like a yellowy, orangey kind of shade. I'm just going to kind of use that just to kind of tuck into the crease right below Best Shade Ever. So now it's time to blend some 2 colors together. I'm going to go in with the shade Wombo right here, which of course is like the nice little pink shade. I was wondering where that was from, and then I was remembering Patrick said it like Wombo, Womboween, Wombology. So I remember that. That was really, really funny. So now I'm going to take this shade right here on a Morphe M514 brush, blend it out, and of course blend it in with Best Shade Ever and Imagination, and just kind of use that for like the outer corner kind of color, just kind of get that nice granular effect. Okay, so now it is also time to cut the crease like I always do, because you know why? Why the hell not? I'm going to go in with the Jouer Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealer in the shade Custard. I'm actually going to use this as my cut crease today, pretty much. And I'm going to take it on a Morphe M224 brush, one of my absolute favorite brushes for cutting the crease. And we're just going to pack this onto the lid to make sure we get ready for this application. Okay, so now that we got the cut crease down, I'm going to go in with the shade Meow 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 right here in the middle. Reminds me of Gary. So of course it's going to be like a nice like lilac-y purple shade. It'll go really well with like this yellow, pink, reddish kind of thing I'm going to go for this look. So of course, very rainbow eye. I'm going to go in with a BH number 9, just regular brush for the lid. Just pack it on over top of the concealer, and of course if I need to wet the brush I will, but we'll see how it is dry first. Now, of course, before I go in with this side, I'm going to go in with the rest of this side, of course. I'm going to go in with the shade Penny Pincher right here, which, of course, is very Mr. Krabs kind of color. I'm going to take it on a Morphe M433 brush and just pack it on the outer corner, blending it in with Meow 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 and the other shades that I used, just kind of make everything look cohesive. So I just decided to add a little bit more of Meow 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 as like the whole lid instead. So I just did like a full cut crease instead anyways. So I'm actually going to do something else as well that I've been doing recently. For me, I really just want to add a little bit more color to this look. So I'm thinking about going in with the NYX Vivid Brights Vivid Sapphire Liquid Liner. I'm just going to kind of use this, of course, in the crease, just to kind of line all the way around the eye. Let's see if this works. It should hopefully work. We'll have to wait and see. I'm always nervous about using anything liquid because, of course, I'm always worried that I'm going to mess up the entire look. Okay, so after trial and error and fixing and everything like that, I finally got the liner to go on. It is not clean at all. I know, I'm sorry, but whatever. Just don't zoom in because, of course, this eye right here is just a little bit more like droopier, I guess I would say. And this eye is looking good, but of course the line was not that clean. I like applied the liner more than once and it just kind of got a little bit crusty and it started flaking off and not great. But whatever, I will edit the photo a little bit on Facetune, but at least you know what it looks like anyways. So I'm going to go throw on some foundation, concealer, and some powder, and I'll be right back to finish off this eye look with you guys. Okay, so now that we have the base, concealer, powder, everything like that on, it's time to finish on this eye, of course. I am wearing the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation, which I still am not the biggest fan of. I'm wearing the Jouer concealer, of course, and I'm also wearing the Flower Setting Powder from Beauty Bakery, and I also mixed in a little bit of the ColourPop No Filter Concealer just to kind of highlight the under eye area just a little bit more. So now for the lower lash line, I'm going to go back in with the same shades I've been using. I'm going to go in with Wombo and Imagination with a Morphe M506 brush and just blending them out to filth, making sure that the lower lash line is matching with the upper lash line, of course. Now for the inner corner, I'm going to go in with a pop of color. I'm actually going to go in with the beautiful shade Blue Lagoon right here, which the name brings back memories. I'm going to take it on like just a BH brush right here and just going to kind of pack it in the inner corner. Of course, probably going to wet the brush just to kind of get that more bam intensity. Final step, it is time to go in with some brow bone highlight. I'm of course going to wet the brush again. But I'm going to go in with the shade Tree Dome right here, which of course is really beautiful, like a champagne-y kind of color. And I'm going to take it on a Morphe M213 brush. Just pack it in under the brow bone. So now that the eyes are pretty much done, I'm throwing on some mascara, some lashes, and some brows. And I'll be right back to finish off the face with the cheeks and the lips for you guys. Okay, so now the lashes are on, the brows are on, everything is looking pretty good, and I have realized something really interesting. I really feel like I do have like a wonky eye. Like when my lashes are on, this eye is like more lifted and this eye is like lowered down. It's really weird, and that's also the reason why my eyeshadow, it never looks identical. Whatever, I mean, I don't know what else to do about it except for keep pushing this up. Hopefully that will just help it out a little bit, you know. Now it's time to go in with the Hipdot X Spongebob Sandy Cheeks Blush and Bronzer palette right here. Of course, you have Miss Sandy right there. So here it is. This is actually really cute. It is a split pan, of course, but the actual pan itself is absolutely stunning, and I really like that. I am actually really excited about playing with this one too. I'm hoping the bronzer and the blush will look really pretty on me. We'll have to wait and see. But of course, I also love the detail in the mirror. And let's just try... Oh. Okay, she pigmented. Let's just... Okay, she's very pigmented. Oh, okay. Sandy Cheeks is very pigmented. Do not go heavy on that blush. No ma'am. Wow. Was not expecting that much, okay. Ooh, she's very pigmented. Let me just blend her out. Oh no. It's that. Now since that blush was so pigmented, I'm worried about the bronzer now, but we're gonna just wait and see what happens. I mean, ooh. She's pigmented too, like crazy. Okay, well, let's just keep trying to blend this out. I mean, it does not look bad at all. This would probably work really great for like medium tan skin tones too because of how richly pigmented it is. I like it so far. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I like having that strong, like, chiseled contour. So this bronzer is giving me what I need right now to bronze this face. So now that the sandy cheeks are done, there is no highlighter in this collection, so I'm going to use the 24 karat palette from Jeffree Star, and I'm going to use the shade Sarcophagus, which is one of my favorite highlighting shades, just to add just a little bit of pop. I was not expecting that blush to be so richly pigmented. But you know what? That's not a bad thing. It just means that you will be using less product at a time, which is a good thing in the long run. And also, I feel like this definitely will fit a multitude of skin tones because of how pigmented it is. And now it is time for the final touch, which is going to be the lips. I'm going to go in with the Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick in the shade Fully Nude. This is, of course, from the new summer collection, the Jawbreaker collection. And I really love this color, and it definitely is going to tie in with the eyes and the very bright cheeks pretty nicely. Guys, this is the final look doing this SpongeBob X Hipdot collection right here. Of course, I did not pick up the entire collection. I believe there's also sheet masks and a gloss set. I only picked up the 2 items I knew I was going to use all the time, which of course was the eyeshadow palette and the Sandy Cheeks blush and bronzer. Really quick, I'm going to say right now, this thing is $18, which is actually really not bad for the price point, but honestly, it is so pigmented. Please use a light hand with this one, unless you are a deeper skin tone. Then of course I think that if you just pack it in, it'll go right on, it'll look beautiful. But if you are fair like me, go in really light-handed. Of course, I feel like this one is suitable for all skin tones, which is really nice, but of course a little bit brighter on me. Now, of course, the eyeshadow palette right here, the Bikini Bottom eyeshadow palette, which is really cute. It, of course, pops out if you need to use it as a little vanity, which is really adorable. But I will have to say, though, too, I had little to no issues with all the shades. The metallics blended beautifully, especially with the wet brush. The mattes blended beautifully. There was a little bit of kickback in the pan, but there really wasn't that much to be mad about. And honestly, every color worked and blended like a dream. Really don't have anything negative to say about that. And this is my first order that I ever had from Hipdot. And I will have to say right now, I love it. I love this palette. I love the packaging of this. It really reminds me right back to my childhood, and I really love that whole thing about it. The whole component of it as well is actually really stunning. It really is like childhood all wrapped up into one, and I really enjoy it, and I really love the colors in here too. My favorites would have to be Best Shade Ever, Imagination, and Wumbo were really nice, and then I really love Blue Lagoon. Like, it is so pretty. And of course, I had some hiccups going down the road trying to do this look, but you know what, it still looks really cute and I really still love it, and I'm not saying anything negative about it except for my eyeliner being a little crazy and my lashes being a little wonky. But you know what, that's gonna happen because not all of us are perfect, okay? And I believe this palette, it retails for like $38, somewhere around there, but I do highly recommend picking this one up because obviously it is such a good palette as well. And of course, if you love SpongeBob, if this brings you right back to your childhood as well, and if you want to collect it, of course I'd say pick it up while you can because it's a very limited edition as well. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you thumbs it up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the very near future. Love you. Bye.